Whether you like it or not, negotiating is something we all have to do. Whether it's for small negotiation with your friend just for lunch venue, or a big business negotiation to purchase a property. It's like a skill that many of us don't practice enough, but one that is very, very important to success. Today, I'm going to pick one method to share with you. The method is called Ackerman Bargaining Method. First, let's look at it. What is this about? Before we go a little bit deeper, I want to introduce where this is coming from. Ackerman system is a bargaining model contributed to a gentleman named Mike Ackerman. You probably have heard about this name, or you might even use the method before as well, but you didn't realize at the time. So Ackerman bargain is really easy to learn. You can use as well. If you can use it properly, you can save you a lot of money the next time that you bargain, making a deal with someone else. You can even use this method either from the seller side and the buyer side as well. Now let's look at how it works. The Ackerman bargaining method is counting with the price, decreasing in increment until your target pricing is reached. Every time when you counter offer, you're going to show your empathy with the different taxes increase as well. And there's a few numbers that I want you to remember. The first number when you remember is 65%. And then next one is 85%. And next one is 95%. And finally, that's 100%. There's 4 numbers when you remember. You don't need to know right now, but you're going to figure it out. So why those is the reason why I have those 4 numbers. I'm going to tell you after calculate the hook here. So what you need to do is, first step is you need to find out your target price that you're willing to pay. Right now, I'm just talking about that, assuming that you are the buyer, you want to buy something. So let's say you want to buy a piano that's worth let's say easy number, $1,000. And you start with the initial offer would be like 65% for your target pricing, okay? And that's your first offer. Most likely, your offer is going to be rejected just because it's so lower than the asking price. That's okay. You're going to reject it. Then you're going to wait a little bit. Then you're going to offer another number, which is your magic number, 85 this time. Again, you're going to get rejected again. That's okay because we plan it that way, right? So when you go to step 3, you're going to offer another number, which is 95% of your target price. If you're lucky, you get the number at the time. That's great. So if you don't get it, that's fine. We go all in after you wait for a little bit. That'll be 100% your target price. And the reason why you're going through all those numbers, because this is create the illusion that you are being squeezed out. You squeeze out every ounce of your monies from your pocket, or every single dollars out of your pocket to purchase this item. With that, you're showing that you really want to get what you're saying, but that's what you can offer. And that's also that based on your calculation, that's what you're going to pay for the number as well. Okay, so now you already learned the method. Let's look at the one example that I applied this method a few years ago. So here's the case. My friend Tim, he was interested in purchasing one of the restaurants in a small town. It's about 1.5 hours from Toronto. The owner of this company wanted to sell this restaurant as well, just because some of the issue from the hiring processing. And my friend Tim wanted me to help him to negotiate the deal. So my first step is, as I told you, is you need to establish the target pricing. So what I did is I researched the restaurant, and this restaurant is pretty good as well, because what this restaurant looks like. There's 2 layers. The first layer is for the restaurant. The restaurant can sit for at least 400 people there, and then upper level you can actually use it for living as well. So it's pretty convenient for this property. And so based on my study, I provide my estimate worth to the restaurant, to Tim. I will review the number later if you just it. Now I established a good understanding of the target pricing in our head. And Tim and I, we started negotiation at 65% of target price as the initial offer. Like what I told you, the first magic number is 65%. So the seller rejects offer as expected. Of course, 65%, come on, right? So the next offer Tim and I make was 85% the target pricing. Again, the offer was rejected. But this time, the seller was willing to discuss some of the non-money related items, such as a closing deal, inspection, and such. That's a good sign. It means that the seller starts to think about our offer and they try to maybe soften it a bit, to try to sit down and then try to figure out what's on the table, and then maybe we start negotiation process. So after a few days of astrology silence, intentionally we needed to be silent because you don't want to push too much. If you're showing that you want to get the deal so much, then the pricing is not going to be good. So Tim and I contact the seller again. This time, the offer was raised to like 95% of the target price. But this time, we also provide more non-money items and brought it to the table as well, such as duration of training from the seller side, who could provide training and such. Just the odd items are brought to the table. So after that, after 4 days, I think approximately 4 days to 5 days of waiting, a final agreement still haven't reached yet. So finally, after the week of silence, Tim and I will make a final offer at 100% of this target pricing. This is 100%, meaning that is the price that we are willing to pay for. And then Tim and I also offer a really odd number. First of all, like another text to use it is every time when you make an offer, you don't use the wrong number, like which is like $1,000, $2,000, whatever those are wrong number. You want to put some odd number in between. For example, we offer like 250,896 instead of like 250, like that number, or 250,000. Physiologically, Tim and I will show him the restaurant owner that's exactly in our evaluations, and that's the method behind our offer. We not just offer randomly, and that's all the money that we are offering, and we are willing to offer them what they have as well. So this time, Tim and I also doing some of the non-essential items to the offer, such as offer to closing the deal earlier than planning. The seller was not too keen on this as they were not really rushed to close the deal. But it was also give them the signal that the seller, that is last offer, that will be Tim and I was going to show into the owner, right? So it's just like the negotiation. Every time when you provide some of the non-essential stuff into it, it really means that, okay, I'm done. Or maybe in some of the negotiation tasks, it would be like, this is final, right? So this is really telling the seller that we already maxed out our offer pricing. That's it, deal or no deal. You probably were interesting to find out, right? Did we get it? Yes, we got the offer because it really planned it out for some time in order to actually get the restaurants. So now you're probably thinking, okay, you say that this worker can use it for the sellers and also the buyer side as well. Yes. So from the seller's perspective, if you want to use the Ackerman bargaining technique, you could simply reverse the number as described in the buyer's technique. Simply set your target pricing inside your first offer at 135%. And your next number is 115, 115, okay? And the third number you're gonna have is 105, which is 105%. And finally, your final number is, of course, the pricing you offer. So remember those numbers will help you reaching your deal. If you are aware of this type of negotiation style, it's not hard to identify. So how do you beat it? So it comes down to a really simple way. First, don't let the other side of the people who have the pricing change your mind and change your strategy. Unless you set your price too high or unreasonable. Otherwise, stick with your own gut. Stick with your research on that particular item's pricing. The second thing is, which is really hard at a time, is just to easily have some mindset that you can walk away. People said no deal is better than bad deal. So that's exactly what it is. If we feel like there's no deal, we're gonna come to the final conclusion. That's okay. Just walk away. If you ever have the feeling that you are trapped and can't even say no, you have to come to your prisoner, request to take a break, and reset the conversation and getting back to the ground. So don't force yourself to make a decision on the situation that you're not willing to. With that, you could have a lot of fun with this practice. You can do this one, some test run with your friend or your family, and stay relaxed and have fun. Thank you for your time to watch this video. I hope you have learned the technique that you can apply in your daily life. And next time you're gonna save you a lot of money when you do a negotiation from either from a seller side or buyer side. Good luck. Thank you.